Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Rye. Let me hot you quick. Understand that you need to set boundaries in all your relationships. Get it right and do it right the first time. When people show the first sign of disrespect or they're showing signs that they aren't respecting your boundaries, you need to set those boundaries immediately. Know that that's not going to fly. Know that if they're going to deal with you, if they're going to be in a friendship or relationship with you, then that they know they need to respect you and respect who you are and where you are and what you bring to the table and what your values are, what your morals are, and what you stand for. If they are showing signs that they are not going to respect that, then you need to leave. You need to go. It's only going to get worse. See, you're in your head. You're thinking, oh, well, it was not that serious. Maybe they didn't mean it or whatever. You don't know that until you actually have a conversation with them and assess what happened and what the situation is. If you have that conversation with them and they say, okay, and then they continue to do it, that's even more disrespectful because you already had that conversation with them and they still doing the same things over and over again. So understand that once they showing signs of disrespect, you set the boundary. If they don't respect the boundary, it's time to leave. Yes, I know it's hard because you've been living in a situation where you've never done that before. And when you do that, you're painted as the bad guy or you're being mean or you're being sensitive. But being sensitive always has a negative connotation to it. You're not being sensitive for putting yourself first. Putting yourself first is the most important thing you can do because at the end of the day, you wake up with you, you go to bed with you, you live life with you. This is your one time, one only chance to get it right. We don't have 9 lives. There's no respawn button. There's no reset. This is your one life. Your job, your relationships, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. This is your one time to do it. This is the most important thing that you need to assess moving forward. So you need to set these boundaries with people, your friends, your relationships, your coworkers, whoever. Set these boundaries because they are important, because once you don't set them and you go to set them later, there's a disconnect because they're going to think, well, this was the situation before. You never brought this up before. And they be right to feel that way. You're mad, but they right to feel that way because you never said anything. So if they've known you for months or years and you've never said anything that bothered you, and all of a sudden you blow up and you get mad, they're going to be like, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? You never said anything before, so what's the issue now? So now there's disconnect. So it's important that you either leave the situation or set boundaries in the situation. It's important that you do that because there are people who will try to take advantage of you and know that it bothers you, but they're taking advantage of you because you are genuine, you are kind, and you are nice. So they know that they can do that because they know, oh, I can keep doing this because I know they're not going to stand up for themselves. They know they're not going to do anything about it. And the fact that they know that makes you an easy target. And that's not something you want to be. You're weak right now, it's fine. But that's why we're putting in the work and putting in the progress to become stronger. Because, people who are spirits are full of slush and full of filth, they know who the targets are. It's what they're good at, unfortunately. A lot of people take their talents. People could take their talents and use them for different things. Some people could take their talents and use them for good, and some can use them for evil, So understand that these people seek out and look for easy targets because they themselves are weak. They themselves prey on other people to feel better about themselves. And you don't want that to be you. Unfortunately, some people do fall to this, but you don't have to. And that's why you need to set these boundaries now. And during your time, during your journey, it's always sooner rather than later. It's better now. Like the saying, better late than never. You don't have to be late at all. You can get it. You can be early. To be on time is to be late. Get it right the first time. People talk about learning from your mistakes. But here's the thing. You don't have to make the mistake to begin with. Everyone talks about, I had to learn, I had to fall to learn. You don't have to fall. You can actually get it right the first time. You can ace the test the first time. You don't have to fall and get hurt and get cheated on and get abused. It's unfortunate that these situations happen. And we can't always protect ourselves from these situations. Sometimes bad things just happen. And that's unfortunate. But if you see a situation, if you see something coming, if you have a gut feeling, follow that feeling because that gut feeling is correct. That gut feeling is telling you to either leave or set this boundary and get away from this person before that turns into a lesson. Some lessons that are approaching you are lessons that you don't even have to learn at all. The lesson is, woo, I'm glad I got it there before that happened. It's better that than learning the hard way and falling. So set the boundary now. Do it now before you have to do it later. If you wait till nighttime to clean the whole house, you're not gonna want to do it. But if you actually did it earlier in the morning and got those errands out of the way, you're gonna feel better. Would you rather wake up in the morning and do your errands, or wait until it's now you're doing them in the middle of rush hour traffic? Yeah, it's not going to be fun because it's early and you're tired, but you're going to thank yourself later for when it's time to go to bed. You could just go to bed. You have nothing on your list of things to do because you got them out of the way. And that's the same thing with setting your boundaries in your life. And then you surround yourself with people who actually respect you and care for you and value you and admire you. And they want better for themselves, and they also want better for you. But hey, it's Ryan. Like, comment, subscribe if you like it. If you're new, we here every day. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.